Hello, everybody. It's Friday. That means it's time for another topic of the week. So, first things first, last week's topic on your favorite part of making an army. I was so thrilled with the responses because there was two very responses sort of bifurcated, and everybody had a favorite part. Uh, but what was interesting was that it was really spread all over the place, which was fascinating to me because obviously I didn't think that my own personal biases on the things that I like doing were what the majority of people like doing. But what shocked me is how evenly across kind of all of it was in the comments and the responses. People, there's a lot of people who said, they really like building and the sort of Zen state of it, or the converting element that they can do during that, or, whatever. Each portion of it had its fans. And then there was a lot of people who were just sort of, I'll call them the ultra hobbyist. They had no singular favorite. They loved the whole process from beginning to end, which I thought was a perfectly valid and interesting answer. So I thought that was really cool. I liked all of those, all that feedback. This week, of course, I want to turn to the opening of the Warhammer Cafe in the U.S. It's going to be in basically Dallas, Texas. Let's call it Dallas. It's Grapevine specifically, but if I say that, nobody's going to know where the heck that is. But people generally, I think, know where Dallas is. So maybe this is more U.S. based. Although I'm sure that if this were to be successful, if this model proved successful, it wouldn't shock me to see one in, or a couple in Europe, or another one somewhere else in the U.S. I'm sure this is, a test for this sort of model. If something's successful and makes money, do more of it. Like, it's kind of the idea. But we got the official dates, which is June 9th and 10th, sort of their grand opening days. And they're going to be running all sorts of events. But one of the questions they threw out was, what do we want to see hosted there? What do we want to see them do? Because they're going to have all this space, and they're going to be able to run events. And I will openly admit I'm not super excited about going to Dallas. It's kind of a haul, but I'll go. I've gone to Dallas for events before, and they also confirmed they'll be stocking Forge World, that they managed to secure that. And it's funny because I see a lot of people ask about why was it so hard? Why is Forge World only from Forge World, and why is that such a big deal? So it has to do with taxes and tax law and the nature of Forge World as a company and all that. So there's regulatory reasons, and I didn't think they were going to be able to bridge that gap, but clearly they must have found some way to do it. So that's fantastic, because I'm hoping you don't have to go there in person to buy that Forge World, but maybe you do. But even so, that's still cool, because, there are people I know who live in Dallas, and maybe I can send them there to get me some stuff and ship it up to me, which would be a heck of a lot cheaper than ordering from the UK, paying the conversion rate, and paying Forge World shipping. No offense, Forge World, but when you said you were making more AOS stuff, I got super excited, and then I remembered the shipping costs, and I got less excited. But that's this week's topic. One, are you going to go down there and check it out? Are you going to try to be there for a grand opening or any time after? Two, what kind of events do you want to see them do? I've got a simple answer. Here it is. Here's my one answer. This is it. Beginning, middle, and end, start and finish, all I care about. Run Golden Demon there. That's it. Make this where Golden Demon happens in the U.S. There's one in Europe right now. That is to say, there is a continental Europe. I shouldn't say that because the UK is technically in Europe, but there's a continental Europe Golden Demon right now. And it needs to come back to the States. I want it back in the States. That seems to be the logical place to have it. So please, fingers crossed, put it back there. That's all I want to see. Like, everything else is gravy for me personally, but I suspect that other people might have different answers. Do you want to see them run tournaments? Do like a Warhammer Fest type event there? What are you hoping to see out of the Warhammer Cafe? What would inspire you where you are in the U.S.? As I said, this one might be a little more U.S.-based respondents. I know people watch this all over the world, but what would inspire you to make that trip, right? However long that is. For me, it's about 20-ish hours down there-ish, depending on, I guess, how many local speeding or speed limit laws I want to follow and or break. But, I mean, I'm going to drive it. I don't who wants to fly to Dallas, right? And so, but what would it take to get you down there? What would you be interested in? What do you hope to see out of them? There you go. That's the topic this week, the Warhammer Cafe. Look forward to your responses. As always, if you make a response video, I'll drop that down in the description. Otherwise, just go ahead and throw your comments down there. Always love to see the discussion. Look forward to this one. And as always, I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.